Hey everyone, it's Erin Flutter here today, and I am here with another 10 types video. So you all seem to like these types of videos because it gives more inspiration for bullet journal spreads. Let me know if there's any other 10 types videos that you want in the comments below. I've done things like self-care trackers and productivity trackers, goal setting trackers, all that kind of stuff. So please let me know if there's anything else you want in the comments down below. And with all that being said, let's get started. This time I am doing 10 types of time trackers. So these are things to help with productivity and just to help you manage your time a little bit better. So a lot of people like to incorporate this into their bullet journals so that they can see where their time is being spent. So I have a bunch of basic ones on this first page. I have a single daily where one box equals 1 hour. And you can see that the time bar takes up obviously 24 hours. So you have a color coding system. You can also do this in a different way. You can do Zentangles, you can do other types of stuff. Color coding is easiest. So I've kept the same types of color codes for this whole video. So sleeping is this red color. Work is this yellow color, and business is this orange color. Obviously, this can go with whatever theme you may be doing. So we have the single daily, so one box equals 1 hour. You can see that the time for sleeping is split because the day starts at midnight and then goes, I sleep till like about 5:30, so then goes to 5:30, and then you can see my work hours take over. There's a lunch break. That's some time that I would work on business. If I wanted to, I could also incorporate a fourth color for home, or you can incorporate another color for meeting times and things like that as well. So we have the double daily, so 2 boxes equals 1 hour. That way you can get a little bit more specific in terms of your half hours. You can also do half hours up here. You can see that by the 7, I went from 5:30 to 7:30, so I split the box. So you can also do it that way. This is a little bit more visually appealing, I think. And then you can also do the double daily where you only do the 1 hour. So you can do a lot of variations for this. The third one I have is the L daily. So this is where you use the time bar as part of your box for your daily. So this would be your time tracker, and then all your tasks would go in here. It does work out pretty well because if you do 11 to 11 right here, that takes up 13 spaces. So it would be exactly half of your page. So that ends up working actually quite well. So that's why I did it that way. You could also do 12 to 11 and leave a box in between. Either way, you can create your time bar using this L shape and then put all of your tasks inside that L shape. Number 4 is doing a weekly spread. So this is the same as number 1, but doing it for the entire week. I put Crafty Engineered on here because she's quite famous for doing this type of weekly setup, and hers are gorgeous because she adds like the little tick marks. I've incorporated her design before. Sometimes she incorporates weather into there and things like that also. So go check out Crafty Engineered. I will leave a link down in the description below. So it's the same basic concept, just stacking it for the week. Number 5 is when you're awake. So a lot of these, some people like to track sleep because it helps figure out if you're getting enough sleep, but some people only want to track the time that they're awake. So for me, that's usually from 6 to 9 or from 5 to like 10. Those are usually my awake times. So one of the things you can do is track that time and then put in your meetings and your time tracker bar. So for example, if I were working from 9 to 6 that day, and I didn't think about it while I was doing, so I just kept numbering. But obviously if you go by military time, you can also use military time. So if I was working from 9 to 6 and I had 2 meetings, I could incorporate the time tracker for the meeting, or for work, which would be yellow, and for my meetings, which I use the red since I wasn't tracking time or tracking sleep for this particular tracker. And then if you use an entire page for this, this would be moved up, and then the rest of your space could be used for tasks. So I just incorporated that right down there. Then obviously you can do the entire thing, just like you could stack number 1 for a weekly, you can stack all of them for a monthly. And I see a lot of people do this in particular with sleep trackers, where they'll shift the numbers so that sleep is in the middle and that they can track the sleep that way. So they would start at like 4 p.m. and then be able to track sleep that way, so you can get a better idea of how much sleep you're getting at one time versus breaking it up by the day. So there's an idea for monthly, and like I said, you can just do a color coding system where yellow is work, for example. And for me, I do a lot of business stuff, so I would use orange as business, or you could do it as home. If you want to get more specific and have a section for workouts and things like that, you can definitely color code that way as well. So number 7 is doing a circle header. So I used my stencil that is meant as a 31-day habit tracker, and I just put 24 of the boxes down and created a circle header out of that. I'm thinking about doing a circle header, but as 24 hours, in case people are interested in doing time tracking like this. Please let me know if you're interested in that, and I will definitely go ahead and make that stencil. So you can have your header over here and then all of your tasks next to it. Number 8 is doing Tetris. So this one is a little bit more fun, and I saved like the more fun versions for the last few. So you can use Tetris pieces to indicate some aspect of your life. For example, work, sleep, business, and home. I spelled business wrong. Don't mind that. And if I wanted to, I could also do a square and do that for workouts, for example. So the concept of this is you assign a certain amount of hours for each piece. For example, if I wanted to do 2-hour blocks, then I could do a 2-hour block for work, 2-hour block for sleep, 2-hour block for business, 2 for home, 2 for a workout. So then when I go down here, say I work 6 hours that week, so I would have 2 for 6 hours. If I were cleaning half the day and I did 6 hours of cleaning, you could do 2, 4, and 6. Sleeping, again, if you were sleeping 6 hours, 2, 4, and 6. And if I were working on business for 6 hours, 2, 4, and 6. So that's the general concept. You could also do 1 hour if you wanted. I left it at 2 hours because then you have a bunch of room to be able to write your tasks on top of that as well. So that's a fun way of doing it. And if you want to go to Naggy Timmy 85, that is who I saw did this originally. So go check out that account. The next one is doing doodles. So the doodles is fun because then you can incorporate the art that you're already doing for whatever theme you're working on into your bullet journal. So for example, if I were doing a firefly and mason jar theme, I know this doesn't look like a mason jar, it looks more like a milk jar, but bear with me. So if I were doing a mason jar theme with some fireflies, then I can incorporate that doodle into my actual daily setup. So you have 12 to 11 and 12 to 11 over here. So this could be AM, this could be PM. So you can see I slept from 12 to 5. I was doing, I don't know, like a morning routine at 6 and then started work at 7, for example. Instead of taking a lunch, I worked on my business stuff. 5 o'clock, maybe I was cooking, and then 6 to 8:30, working on some business stuff, and then I fell asleep at 9 because I'm an old geezer at this point. So So incorporating some doodles. So if you had a leaf, for example, if you were doing some sort of outdoor theme, you could do leaves, or you know, you could change it up. For if you're doing cacti, then you could have sections in your cactus or something like that. So incorporating a doodle into your time tracker. And then the last one I have is a pie graph. This one I find interesting because then at the end of the day, you can kind of do a snapshot of where your time was. So for example, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work. How did I spend my other 8 hours, for example? So on this day, I did 6 hours of business and 2 hours of doing stuff around the house. And then you can also have your task list set aside over there. So that's a good idea too, just so that you can break down your times over the course of several days by a pie graph. If you wanted to do that by the week, you know, you could also do a pie graph by the week or do a pie graph by the month. So those are some 10 basic concepts of how to track your time. I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, if you have any other recommendations or questions, please let me know in the comments below. If there's a 10 types of video that you want me to do, please let me know in the comments down below. I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that kind of jazz, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.